What's going on, everybody? So I just want to make this quick video on how you can combat inflation and why you should combat inflation, right? So as you can see on this chart here, I have the historical rates of inflation in Canada, which honestly isn't as bad as some countries at all. As you can see, we actually kind of stay in this range here in the middle. So like, yeah, we've had record low inflation rates for a very long time now. So that is why everybody's panicking because honestly, like my entire generation and even a lot of our parents, like they were probably younger. Like I'm 25, right? So our parents were probably younger around these times that inflation was, peaking out the last time. So now we've been down and we've been low for a while, and all of a sudden it spiked right up, and we're starting to reach inflation levels in the 1990s. So it is a concern, yes, but overall, historically, if you actually compare the historical average of, say, an index fund like the S&P 500, um, historically, you would have actually outperformed inflation. You would have gained a lot more in gains and appreciation. And so basically the idea here is to combat inflation and protect yourself against inflation. You want to be investing your money into cash producing assets. So as you can see, it's not a lot to like. Obviously you should be worried, but now that you could see it in a chart in a long-term perspective right in front of you, it could kind of give you a little bit. I hope it gives you a sense of comfort that this is normal when we go through cycles. And honestly, we're not even as worse as it was in the 1950s. Look at this. Inflation was over 15%. Now, will we get that high? I don't know. Some people are predicting we might even get to around the 80s because the rapid increase of inflation has been at a record high. So, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of momentum behind here of how fast it's going up. So how high will it go? We don't know. But that's why you should have measures in place to protect your money and your assets against inflation. And I don't know too much about the real estate sector. I'm more stock focused. But if you have a business that can still survive in an inflationary environment, then you are good to go, and it's producing cash. So you want businesses that throw off cash, invest in profitable business in the stock market or in the index fund. Index fund is probably more recommended. It's diversified between 500 businesses. If you're going to invest in individual stocks, you really need to have advanced knowledge on stock picking because there's a lot of factors that come into play when you're going to pick an individual company. But also another good tip is having recession-proof jobs, and I'm just going to give one example. If you work in gold mining, gold goes up. Me personally, I work in the mining industry, and I on the side right now, and I work at a gold mine, and gold skyrockets through uncertain times and during recessions because investors flee to precious metals to invest. A lot of commodities do go up, so those are all jobs that align with all that pretty much are recession proof jobs. It's more so small businesses that really get affected, honestly. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is, and like retail and stuff does usually get really affected as well. But the good news is the market goes through cycles, so it doesn't last forever. I mean, yeah, it could, honestly, in this period it did last like about 20 years of a high inflation environment, but things do get better, and you just need to protect yourself for when these times come. So just remember this one thing: recession proof incomes. Find a way to get some sort of income that's recession proof, or you get side hustles, anything that you can expand your income with, more cash being generated, and invest in cash producing assets. Now, I'm not saying like I would think real estate would still be fine as long as you're not over leveraged and you do have cash that throws off from it. Yeah, you might be hurting in equity until it recovers, but at least you're throwing off cash, right? So that is always good. And then, of course, cash producing equities as well. So I hope that helps and gives you kind of an idea of how you could fight against inflation. Have a good day.